Well, hello. For those of you who are here a little bit early tonight, I actually am ready on time for a change. So I thought I'd pop on and say hi and chat to you for a few minutes while we wait for everyone else to be here. So please say hello. I can see lots of people are chatting. Right now it's telling me that we have already 9 people here, so that's pretty good. You guys are all early. How is everyone? Have you had a great week or a great weekend? I should say. It's Sunday night, so yeah. Have you had a good weekend? Anyone do anything fun and special? I want to hear fun and special stuff tonight. Yeah, I know. Poor Margaret down there in the cold in Melbourne. Goodness me, it's. I just checked the weather before I came on because I knew you guys would ask. Hi, Elizabeth. Hey, Cherie, how you going? And I noticed that. Hello, Glenda. I noticed that it is 13 degrees here on the Central Coast currently, and so that's not too bad for this time of year, even though it actually is feeling pretty chilly. I've got a nice snuggly warm jumper on, so I won't get cold. I don't have the heater on yet, but if I get really cold, I'll go put that on. Hey, Carol, hi there. You and all your hearts. Hi, Rose. Hi, Donna. How you doing here? Oh, it's raining, is it, Rose? I really love the sound of rain on the roof, and I really like it when it rains and you're inside. But I can't imagine how awful it would be to stuck out in a job that has you working outside, or not having a roof over your head in the cold, in the rain. That sounds awful. 9 degrees, yeah, that's too cold. Too cold. 11 degrees where Donna is. So yeah, we're all getting ourselves through this winter. Last Wednesday, I think I heard someone say that I think it was on the news that it was the coldest day in 23 years, or the coldest morning in 23 years in New South Wales. So that's cold. No wonder we're feeling it this year. Excuse me. Well, I swallowed something or something then. Don't know what happened. Oh, you're having trouble hearing me? Well, I should have captions. I wish I had captions. I don't know how to make captions happen. I think they happen on the replay, but I don't think they happen on the live. So that would be too smart. That'd be too clever, but it'd be really great if it did. Hey there, Joan. Nice to see you. And I hope that everyone has fun tonight. I actually have been up a long time today because this morning at 9 o'clock, but I had to be up early to prepare for it. I did a presentation for Alison Okamitsu, and some of you might know Alison. She's the #1 demonstrator in Canada, and she runs like a little retreat, a demonstrator retreat, and gets presenters to present for her. It's actually the second time I've done it for her. And I got to show her there's something new today, and I might show you guys that same new thing a little bit later. So that'll be fun. Oh, you were in Queensland before, weren't you? Yes. There's a good case for those Megan and Cherie and Joan and other people who live up in Queensland. It's a very good case. I have a couple of customers who move north for the winter every year. One, she might be watching, Rhonda, moves from Tasmania up into far north Queensland. And Helen also goes up. Helen goes up to Townsville because that's where her family, she's got family up there. And Rhonda goes up to Palm Cove. So, no, not Palm, Port Douglas. Sorry, close, but not quite. So I get those two confused. So there we go. You're breaking records with heat, Carol. Goodness me, from one extreme to the other. The rain is easing, so Rose can hear us now. I hope you're feeling better, Rose. Hope everything's going all right and there's good progress for you. Okay. Right, so glasses on. You can see I've got my light up here. It's making a little bit of glare, but that's okay. It keeps our desk nice and bright. Oh, you've had a nice day, Joan, have you? Yeah, it was a beautiful day here too. Absolutely gorgeous. And I think it got up to 20 today, which is really nice. But the nights are cold. So I'm feeling it at night time. And it's early in the morning. Super cold. I sit in front of the heater for the first couple of hours. But yeah. And Monique is 30 degrees. There you go. All right. So we are right on time. We're going to be crafting along together tonight. And I hope everyone's going to enjoy it. We are still having our paper sale, a designer series paper sale. So I am going to use a bit of designer series paper tonight and show you some more fun things we can do it. Has anyone heard from Jenny? No, I haven't. So she usually pops. She's having trouble getting onto YouTube, but she usually pops into the Facebook group. So there we are. All right. I'm just going to have a little look and make sure that I've got everything set up the way it should be. Yep, looking good. All right. So shall we switch over to the desk and see what we can do over there? Here we go. All right. So I've got my desk all ready to go, and I've got a couple of things I wanted to show you tonight. So we've still got a designer series paper. There's less than a week left of this. This finishes on Friday, the 30th of June. So that's next Friday, the next one coming. And all of our papers are 15% off, all of the designer series papers that are shown here on this. I should put it around the right way on this little flyer. So this is most of the papers in the catalogue, but not 100%. So for example, the colour families are not part of the sale. You know, the little dotty and stripy paper. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So all of these ones are on sale, but these ones, the dots and stripes that are here with all the brights, the neutrals, the in colours, these ones are not on sale. But all of these, the three here, all of the ones on page 130 and 31, and also what's on 129, all of these ones are on sale. So the one I've got here, I showed it to you on Friday night, and we did a little card with the crosses and the stars, those two new punches, and I showed you how that works with this paper. Did those on Friday night, and tonight I want to pick a different one because I want to pick a new color. I absolutely love the new color that we have that's called Bubble Bath, and Bubble Bath is a pink. Okay, I'll show you how it differs. This is Fresh Freesia, and Bubble Bath is this color. You can see it's quite different. It's what I would call a girly pink. Anybody else think that? Hey there, Sol Vega, nice to see you. And thanks for the thumbs up, Leslie. I always appreciate that very much. All right, so Bubble Bath is a really nice color, and it does feature in this paper. So let's grab the paper and have a look. This is the paper that we were looking at the other night, and it's got lots and lots of fun designs and stripes and all sorts of fun things. We played with this one the other night. Do you remember that? I think I've got them still here. Let me have a quick look. So the ones we did this one with this paper, and we added in the little leaf from the daisy, the Cheerful Daisies dies, and added that. And I liked how it turned out. I thought it was really pretty. And you guys helped me come up with some ideas what to do with the twine, all that kind of stuff. The other one that we made was, I don't think I've got it. That one I haven't got right in front of me at the moment. But if I dig it up anytime during this live, I'll show it to you again. But yeah, it was with the More Dazzle paper, which is one of our specialty papers, and we punched out the crosses and made like a little puzzle pattern. Yes, Bubble Bath is exactly a baby pink. I would definitely say it's baby pink. So what we didn't have before, hey Megan, nice to see you. What we didn't have before was a really nice baby pink. We had Pink Pirouette. Does some of you remember Pink Pirouette? Bubble Bath is kind of on its way to that, but it's somewhere between the old Pink Pirouette and the Fresh Freesia. It's somewhere in the middle of that, because it does have a little bit of a mauvey undertone to it, but definitely a girly pink. So the color that this is sitting on here is Petal Pink. That's not a girly pink. That's more of an apricot-y kind of tone. Yeah. So I think we'll get a lot of use out of this one. So this looks really nice. You can see this color in there. I really love it. But I wanted to show you, if I can find it. It's in here. Let's find it. So this one also, that one there has the strawberries in Bubble Bath, and on the back there, isn't that nice? That's really nice as well. But that's not the one I'm wanting to use tonight. Let me find it. Of course, it'll take me half an hour to find it. Here it is. All right, this is the one I wanted to use tonight. I love stripes. Stripes are your friend. I love them, and they're really easy to work with because obviously it's really easy to get stripes straight. Okay, so what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to cut. I've cut this piece. This is 8.5 centimeters by 12. Okay, and this is going to be like a main piece on my card. And I'm going to cut this paper to be 1/2 centimetre shorter on each side. So this is 8.5 by 12.5. This is going to be 8 by 12. So it's, yeah, 1/2 centimetre smaller. And I'm just going to make sure I've lined that up properly in my punch. Like I said, it's easy to work with stripes. You can tell if they're straight away, if they're not straight. So super easy. All right, so I'm going to pop this here, and it's going to be in the center of my bubble bath piece. Can you see that there? Very nice. And then what I wanted was on the back of this paper, we've got this lovely pattern, this beautiful little flower pattern. And I'm thinking, actually, I'm going to do about, I'm wondering how much to do. Maybe 1 centimetre. Is that going to be too much? Now let's go 1.5 centimetres, because we can always cut it down, but we can't go the other way, right? So this, I want to go across this piece, and I want to have it on a diagonal like this. All right, now I'm actually going to cut, I'll do the same again. So 1.5 centimetres. I want them to all be the same. And this is going to go, so I'm going to have some stripes kind of going across my stripes, but I've got some diagonal pattern here. This is what they call pattern mixing. And this is kind of a big thing with clothing, that patterns that you might not think would go together actually look pretty cool. And it's been a bit of a hot trend, I guess you would say. I'm going to cut this one in half because this one doesn't have to be as long. And this one I'm going to have about here. So they're going to be about the same distance apart. And they're going to be parallel to each other. So I'm going to start by putting a little bit of Tombow, and I'm going to put it straight onto my base piece, right where I want this to be. Hang on a second, need to make sure it comes out. No, let's get another Tombow. This happens to me a lot. I tend to pick up an empty one. This one has got some in it because I used it today. Right, so I'm just putting a little bit of glue there, and we're going to have this run right across here. So it's running off the edge of my paper. A nice thing to do, I have to excuse the state of my mat, but it still works. It's just been stained, but it still works just fine. I will get another one at some point. Now I want these to be equidistant, shall we say, and I'm going to start from that corner. So I've got probably just over 1 centimetre between these two, and then just over 1 centimetre between these two, and just over 1 centimetre between these two. So it's going to be kind of a totally different little pattern. I'm just watching you guys all chatting to each other, and it's so nice. How are you going, Leslie? Are you feeling better? Let me see if I can scroll. It won't let me scroll up through the comments. I hope I haven't missed any. Oh, here we go. Now it's letting me do it. I know the new colors are lovely. You know that, you do know, don't you, Les? Sorry, it was Cherie that said that. You do know that you can buy them all together. You can, of course, you can buy them one at a time if that's what your budget allows. But you can actually buy all of the new in colors, all of the new core colors as a pack, and that's really cool because it means that you'll get them a little bit at a discount, and it's just a great way to get them, okay, rather than having to pick and choose. Right, so I'm gonna put this on here. Don't these two colors look really nice together? So the green is garden green, and then the pink is the bubble bath, and then there's also a little bit of what color is that? I'm not sure. Is it Cajun Crows? I am not sure about that. Probably should look at the back of my paper because it will tell me. This is a great way to use up some scraps. If you have like some strips left over from another project, this is a really great way to do that. You can use those up easily. All right, so now, and you notice I'm doing this on my silicone mat because your glue doesn't stick to your silicone mat. It actually is awesome. All right, so I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to grab myself a pair of paper snips, And I'm going to sort of butt my snips up against my panel and just snip off the excess. And keep going around. And because we're cutting, it makes me go quiet because I'm concentrating. You've got to hold your tongue just right to cut, don't you think? Well, I do anyway. And the other thing I do when I'm colouring, that also makes me go quiet because I'm concentrating. And that's when my ladies go quiet in my classes as well. Right, let's get rid of that. Sticking to the scissors. You could also use a trimmer to do this if you wanted to. Totally up to you. But the most important thing is that your pieces are in line with the edge of your paper. So now I'm going to glue this. Also, you'll notice now this piece is a bit more thick and stable because we've added that extra layer. So you could, if you wanted to, stick it on dimensionals. I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to put it straight down. Which one? Which one was the right one? Let's see. We'll find out real fast. Yeah, it's this one. That's good. This one's not got a lot left in it either. I do go through a lot of Tombow. Anybody else? Now, I saw one of my friends today asking the question whether people are Team Tombow or Team Seal or Team something else. I'd love to know which one you guys favour. What does everybody like to use? Do you have a favourite? Are you Team Seal? Are you Team Tombow? Or does it depend? All right, so this is looking really, really pretty. And I'm going to just use a piece of base. Actually, this is not basic white. That's basic white normal. I want basic white thick is what I want. That's better. This one is basic white thick. So this is actually a very simple little card. Super easy. We might even get time for an extra card tonight. Who knows? Maybe. All right, so this could get popped straight in the middle here, or I can put it on dimensionals, which I think is what I'm going to do. I think I do want this on dimensionals. So let's pop that one here and one in each corner. And a couple, one on each of the long sides, just so it has a bit more support. Oops, I'm missing comments. I'm so sorry. What do you need? You need, oh no, the silicone mats, aren't they fabulous? I love it too. Yeah, I just think that these two patterns just look so nice together. In fact, I'm so liking them that I might even do a second card with the same patterns. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to pop this right here in the center on the dimensionals there. That's looking good, isn't it? Now, we need a greeting. So we could put a greeting right there in the middle, which would look really, really nice. I could go to the side, but I'm actually thinking I like it in the middle on this particular card. What do you guys think? Do we like that? And then we need to find a good greeting. I'm thinking, which good greeting shall we use? I've got a whole bunch of different greetings that I love. And I'm thinking the hello there from this one is really nice. Or I could go with a smaller. Do you think I should use a smaller circle? What do you think? Tombow, Solvega, you're a Tombow girl? You know what? I haven't had my dinner tonight either, Rose, but the totally different reason. I was cooking and then it took me longer than I thought, and then I had to get ready for this. So my family is eating the meal that I cooked, and I'll eat mine when I'm done here tonight. You prefer the seal, Lynn? You've got lots of things. Yeah, tear and tape is great if you need a straight line of glue and really firm. So tear and tape is good for that, like for 3D items and things like that. Yeah, that's a good idea. So we could, you know, demo the seal and the snail so you can see the difference. That would be fine. Let's have a little, let's do that. The star punch for the greeting. I could use the star punch, but I don't know that I actually want to tonight with this one. Yes, a larger silicone mat would be great. I love the silicone mat. It's just so, so useful. All right, I'm going to use, I'm thinking maybe one of the darker colors in here would be nice. So maybe the garden green would be good. And what's the color in the center of the flower? I'm just having a little look here to see what that could be. Yeah, Cajun Craze. I think that's what it is. Which is interesting because that's probably my least favorite color in our range. I don't know why. I've just never really taken to it, but I understand why we have it because we do need kind of an autumny rust kind of a color. So I get that, but yeah, it's not my favorite color. So I'm thinking maybe we could go with the green. I just think the bubble bath itself is going to be too light. And what is another? The Hello Ladybug has a really nice, so may your greatest wish come true. That's a nice greeting. Is that the actual size? Yeah, it's still quite small. I would like a greeting that's a little bit bigger. What do we think? There's a nice hello here and a nice wall. That's a nice thank you. That thank you would work really well on this particular. So this is the Irresistible Blooms stamp set. And the reason that I love this stamp set is it is actually not in our catalogue, but it is available online. You can still get it. Someone asked me the other day when the new set, on the 6th of July, we're getting a new set of online exclusives. And does that mean that the old lot are going to go away? I have not heard anything to that effect. So I don't know the actual answer to that, but I'm hoping that that it was going to stick around here for a while because I still love it. I just think it's a wonderful, wonderful set. And see, that thank you is going to go really nice in the middle of this size circle. So you like the hello there, do you, Christine? I know, I love that font too. It's a beautiful font. That's in this set. It's just gorgeous. Well, let's have a play and let's see how this looks. Oh, it's very wet, that stamp. Very wet. You know what? That's okay. I'm just going to do it anyway. All right. It is a super, super wet font. Super wet stamp, or wet ink pad, I should say. But that's okay. I still think it looks all right. I could use a little bit of bubble bath and pop that in the middle, but instead I think I might pick up some pink from some embellishments. Is Jodie here tonight? I don't think I've seen her. Because as soon as I went to use bling, I went, hang on a second, we haven't got our bling girl here tonight. I haven't seen her. Or maybe she's hiding. Maybe she's away on a fabulous cruise again or something like that. Michelle, do you know where Jodie might be? All right. So that's really pretty. That's nice. And I'm thinking, see, now we've got these fabulous sequins. Now this color that is actually in the sequins, it says that it's Berry Burst, but it's not nearly as dark as Berry Burst. And I think I could get away with using that pink on here. What do you think? Do you think we'll get away with that? I'm just having a look to see. Not Afraid of Color has done a comparison of all the glues and the cost, but not stamp company glues. Right, interesting. That is interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, let's grab. Let me see if I've got it here. I'm just looking to see if I have my take your pick tool, because if I do, here we go. This is one. This is handy, the little pointy tool for taking sequins off like this. So I'm actually thinking that we might pop that on there. Oh yes, these are nice. I'm going to go with a couple of smaller ones. I love these sequins. These are my new favorite bling, I've decided. My friend Susan was the one who told me I should get these, and I'm so glad she did. Now, the other thing we could do is use a little bit of blingy ribbon. We've got our organdy ribbon here. Look, this is all I've got left. I've just ordered more because I love this stuff. It's not in a catalogue, but you can still order it online in the online store. So if you were in the online store, you go to stampinup.com.au and you go in there and you choose me as your demonstrator. And then when you go to order, you can actually do a search for this. If you search for Organdy, Organdy, you can choose this ribbon when it comes up. So you can add that to an order. It's, I think from memory, it's around the $15 mark. I need to double check. But I did actually stick it on an order earlier today. So that's how I know it's available right now. Don't know for how long, but I'm very, very happy that it is still available. And it's so pretty because it's, look, can you see all the little shiny bits in it? It's got the glitter right through the ribbon. I love, love, love this ribbon. If I had Bubble Bath in a blend, which I don't yet have, you can color this too. Here's one, same ribbon, and I colored it in, we did this for a card a couple of weeks ago, colored it in Starry Sky, and look how nice the ribbon came out. It looks beautiful. You got all the little glittery bits, but now it's blue because I colored it Starry Sky. So you can color it any color you want. That makes it very, very versatile. Super, super useful. All right, let's pop this on with a glue dot. And I'm going to just pop a glue dot right behind my ribbon. Yes, I can't wait for my new ribbon to arrive because, like I said, this is the end of the ribbon that I have. It's the very last little bit. Isn't it lovely though? Okay, let's grab my ribbon scissors and trim the ends off. So that's a different way, totally different way to use your coordinating colors. And I've just used the front and the back of this paper. But I love this. I just think it's so nice when you actually put it, like the stripes stand out against the floral pattern really beautifully. And it's a great way to pattern mix. So there you go. All right, card number 1, we're done. What do you think? So, correct. That's right, Cherie. You are absolutely right. With Tombow, if you allow it to dry, and then use it when it has dried, it's tacky, so it'll be like a repositionable. It's a permanent glue if you put it together while it's wet. But if you are absolutely right, that's correct. Which is a great feature of Tombow actually. I'm going to clean this stamp off. And let's see how we go. That's card number 1. I just wanted to show you, what did I do? Oh, here's this piece again. This also, I have also got this idea of using like the stripes at the bottom of a piece. So for example, let's get our Bubble Bath card out, cardstock, and make it 10 by 14.3, which is our basic standard card front. Okay, and then this here is going to go across the bottom. So I'm going to have this also. Actually, did I cut this up before? No, I didn't. I'm going to make this 9.5, so half a centimeter smaller. And I'm going to, we'll make it 6. Oh, I don't know, that might be too many. Let's make it 5. Okay, so that this piece here is going to go just here like this at the bottom. Now we're going to use the floral side, the same width. So this is also 9.5. And I'm not sure, let's go use this side. I'm not sure how, let's see how much we're going to need. So it's probably about 8.5 this way, because I want a little gap between the two. Not that it's really going to matter. So this one is going to, this is going to go from top here. This one is going to be at the bottom here, and there's a little gap, and you can leave the gap like that if you want to, Or if you didn't like the gap, you could put a ribbon around this and the ribbon would look really nice. So that's another way of doing this. So let's pop this on. Come on, Tombow, out you come. So the advantages of Tombow, in my opinion, is that you can position it and wiggle it into the right place once it's in. So if I think, yeah, that's not quite right, I can straighten it up while it's wet. I can move it around, and that to me is a huge bonus. That's one reason why I love using Tombow, particularly with pattern paper. It seems to work really, really well. All right, so let's pop this here. So there's a little gap in the middle there, and like I can leave that there like that, which looks really nice, doesn't it? And then we can decide what we want to do with this. We can, like I said, you can have a ribbon in the piece. You can put your a circle or a different shape up the top here. I've also got some of these. Okay, so we could pop this here in the middle, and I think that looks rather nice, doesn't it? So let's have a little play. I've got in the crafting with you, we've got these nice little flowers here. So and those flowers kind of remind me a little bit of these flowers. So I'm going to go with that. Let's add that. And I'm going to pop it onto, what size block have I got? Is this one going to fit? Oh yeah, that fits. It actually fits on B block, which is a small block, but that will be fine. And I have got, now this technique does not work as well with your solid stamps. With photopolymer stamps. It works better with rubber. But let's see if I can get this to work the way I want it to. All right, so I'm going to stamp with, let's see how that works. Yep, that works. All right, so I'm actually going to go in with my darker color and color the leaves. You'll get away with this, but it doesn't, like I said, doesn't work as well on photopolymer stamps as it does. Rubber stamps work better. Let's see how this looks. It's quite pretty, isn't it? Isn't it nice? And then I might do that again. Yep. Ink it up again and then add some more leaves, but this time I'm going to go sort of off the edge a little bit. So let's just have it so it's sort of heading down in that direction, and in fact I'm going to add a little bit more over here on this top bit there. That looks nice. And then I want another one up here in this corner. And we're going to add some green to the leaves again. Because this color is so much darker than the pink, we're getting away with not having to wipe off the pink before we go, because it's going to cover it up just because that color is darker. But if you had a color that wasn't as dark as this, it might be advisable to use a blending brush or even a cotton bud or a Q-tip to take some of the ink off. But I'm not going to worry about it because it's a darker color. All right, just like that. Now, if you wanted to, you could also get a blending brush. I've got one here that's been used before for pink, or no, not this pink, but that's still okay. Let's see if I can do this okay. And I'm just going to add a bit more pink kind of over the corner here and blend it all in. And then the same with the other end over this corner here. And kind of going to make it look like a little bit smudgy, but I kind of like that. There we go. I know, isn't the DSP beautiful? It is so nice, Patricia. All right, so this is looking really nice. And I'm thinking, seeing as we've got this stamp set out already, let's use this one. If you wanted to go this way and have it landscape, you could have a longer greeting such as Life is Better When You're Crafting. But I'm thinking we can do Sending You a Handmade Hug. That's nice. Or You Inspire Me. Both these will look really, really lovely on there. Which one would you like to see? Would you like the Handmade Hug or the You Inspire Me? Which one would be better on this card, do you think? I think that would look really nice, but I don't have any pink ribbon. I'm wondering what kind of ribbon I could use in that spot, Michelle. Oh, I have the perfect ribbon. I forgot. I have this new ribbon collection. And look, here's some bubble bath ribbon. So let's use that. This ribbon is really nice. It's called Sheer Ribbon Combo Pack. And it is a beautiful sheer ribbon. But what's nice is it's got like a silver thread through the, like along the edges. Really, really pretty. So let me see if I can get it open. Here we go. Look. Can you see how beautiful this is? It's hard to see, but you've got that beautiful silver. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? So let's put that around here. Now, here's the thing. If you wanted to tie a knot off to the side, in fact, I do. I think that would be nice. So let's cut this. And isn't this beautiful? I haven't used this before. How cool. I'm so happy. Let's put this right on the edge here. And do I want a ribbon or a bow or a knot? I think I want a knot, but let's see. Which way should it go? That way, I think. If it's not the right way, I can always redo it. So we'll find out in just a second, won't we? You know what? The thing is about doing, I've had a couple of people ask me about, you know, I've had a couple of people say to me, oh, I could never do videos like you. The nice thing is you don't have to. There is nothing that says you have to do videos like this. But you know what the secret is to doing a good video? The secret to a good video, here we go. It's going to look like this. So that little knot is going to be off there to the side. I'm going to move it ever so slightly. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to just trim off the ends. So pretty. Well, this ribbon is gorgeous. The colours in the ribbon pack, if you're wondering, are Azure Afternoon, Lemon Lolly, and this one, the Bubble Bath. How nice. Love this. I didn't see it straight away. And I was chatting to a friend and she said, oh, you need to get that. I'm like, do I really? Do I need that? As it turns out, yes, I do. I do need that. All right. So what was the answer about the Handmade Hug? Is that the one? The Handmade Hug, the hug. Yep. All right. The Handmade Hug is where we're going because that seems to be the one that everybody likes. So let me pop that on this block. All right, and I'm thinking I'm going to use the green again. I think that's the color I want to use, and I'll test it first on my background to make sure that's not going to be too inky. Yeah, I think it'll be good. All right, so what I want to do to make sure I get it straight, it helps if you line up your piece as straight as you can on your grid paper, and then it just helps you get this whole thing straight, just like that. Okay, isn't that nice? Let's turn it over and put my green away before I stick my fingers in it, and let's add some dimensionals to the back. And let's pop that right there. So this is going to pop over. And I might need to readjust this little ribbon a bit, just closer to the edge. I think this looks right. I'm liking it a lot. Yay. I'm grabbing myself some piece of, drop my trimmer on the ground. Sorry, guys. All right, let me find another piece of basic white. Here we go. So we've used the same piece of paper tonight in 2 different ways to make totally different cards. I think they're really different. There we go, just like that. So let's, all right, so here's a couple of tips, all right? When it comes to putting, I mean, I can use Tombow to put this whole thing down, but it's not going to do anything about putting my, making sure my ribbon stays in place. So when you want to do that, you're better to use seal, or if you don't use seal, you can use tear and tape. And tear and tape's really handy because you can put that straight down over the top and it will hold your ribbon in place as well as attach your card. Okay, so if you want to make sure your ribbon doesn't go anywhere, your tear and tape is really good for that. In fact, you don't even have to take the back off if you don't want to. I mean, you can. I'm going to, but you don't have to. And then I'm going to use seal for the rest. All right, I'm going to give you a quick demo with the seal because I think, Lynn, you were saying you're having a bit of trouble with the seal. Seal is fantastic, but there's a little bit of a what's the word? A little bit of a trick to it. Okay, so what you want to do with your seal is you want to, when you roll it along, first of all, touch it here on the end and make sure it's sticky. If it's not sticky before you start, it's not going to work. And if it's not sticky, what you want to do is advance it slightly, like push it up with your finger until you feel the stickiness. Okay, as soon as it's sticky, it's going to do a much better job. All right. Now, once again, when you roll it along quite low. Okay, so if my paper is here, I want to roll it not like this. I want to roll it so it's my hand is holding it low, and then at the end of where I want it to finish, I'm going to tip it up. Okay, and that will actually break the bond. Okay, so what you want to do is not have it, because if you don't do that, I'll show you what it does. Let me find a piece of paper. Okay, so just say, actually, let's do this on a darker color because it might stand out easier. 1 second, grabbing a darker piece of paper. Oh, well, you don't get any darker than this. This is black. All right, so what you do is you hold it low, you come down, and at the end, if that's as far as I want it to go, I tip it up and take it off. You can check it, like do like a little tick with it, like this kind of, like flick it, but you don't have to. It's more important that you tip it. Okay, and that will snap it off exactly where you want it to finish. If you don't do that, if you just, let me see, I need to pick it up, make sure it's sticky, start. If I don't do that, what happens is you get this piece of string. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the little stringy bit there? See that? Like mozzarella cheese. And we don't want that, because when that happens, that's when you don't, now this isn't sticky for me to start doing it again. I need to advance it until it gets the stick back, and then I can do it again. But to avoid that, if you tip it up or check it off, okay, it won't do that. Okay, you won't get that mozzarella cheese effect, and it will work much, much better. Oh, I know. Isn't that DSP beautiful, Louise? I think it's lovely. Oh, there's Jody. Okay, yes, we do need bling. You are correct. And I thought I would use the same bling as I used before. Let's use our little pink sequins again because they're beautiful. This is lovely. It's got the little white sequins. They're not very shiny. They're different. Can you see they're multicolored, but not really shiny? Okay, they've got, it's hard to show you in this light. The ones I'm using the most are the Pretty Peacock. Those are stunning. I love them. They're shiny and they're pretty peacocky. They're just gorgeous. These ones are supposed to be berry burst, but they're a much lighter color. And if you look at them, some of them look yellow, some of them look, it depends on which way you hold them in the light, which color they reflect. So I'm actually using those ones again. I'm going to bring in my little, I'm going to use a big one here. Let's use that down in this bottom corner here. And I'm going to put 2 more up in the other end. You could go with 2 little ones, or you could go with a big one and a little one, maybe one of each. This is a little one, and then maybe a bigger one. But, you know, you can go either way. 2 big and 1 small, 1 big and 2 small, either way. There we go. That's how this looks. And I'm going to call that finished. What do you think? Do we like it? Now we have 2 completely different cards made with the same paper, but I think they're beautiful. I really like them. I think it worked out very, very nicely. I'm happy with that. And that's 2 cards ready for social media tomorrow or another day when I put them up. So pretty happy with that. All right. Who's ready to see something new? Do you want to see something new? You love watching full screen? Well, Cherie, did you see what Michelle said? She's being rude to you. Really? So there you go. Michelle was saying she doesn't need to see, if she watches full screen, she doesn't see all this nonsense that Cherie is typing. That's hilarious. Goodness me, you two. All right. So just so you know, if you love this paper, this is a double, well, it's a quadruple pack. Most of our packs have got 12 by 12 sheets in them, 12 of those, and there's 6 different designs, 2 of each. This pack has 48 sheets, not 12, so it's 4 times the size, and there's lots and lots of different designs. The other one I really like, but I haven't played with yet, and I do intend to, is this one. I really like both the front and the back of that one. Isn't that nice? With the Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight. Really, really lovely. So I've got plans for that, and I'll probably do that later in the week. But this paper is normally $53, but until the end of this month, until Friday, you can pick it up at 15% off, which makes it only $45.05. That's here in Australia. If you're in other parts of the world, it'll be a different price for you. So check with your demonstrator. Oh, thanks, Margaret. I'm really glad that you like the cards. And Cherie said, that's pretty typical of you. I think you guys have worked out that you're both larrikins, and we're going to forgive each other, and it's just all part of the fun, right? I hope so. That'd be a bit sad if that was not the case. All right, let me put this back in. So we want the handmade hug back in. Thank you for choosing the handmade hug. I was hoping you picked that one. So that's the one we got because that's what everybody wanted. I think it's nice to give a card and say a handmade hug. We used to have a stamp, and if Michelle O'Donoghue is watching tonight, I don't know if she is, I'm pretty sure you had this one, Michelle. It's the one that said the card is something like a hug folded in the middle or something like that. Do you remember what the actual words were? I am not sure, but it was really nice, describing as a nothing. I think it was nothing says a hug or I love you or something like that as much as a piece of paper with folded in the middle. So yeah, it was a very nice little card sentiment. All right, let's pop this back in the shelf, and I'm going to show you new stuff because we love to see new stuff, right? Something new. Okay, so I'm telling you this now because it's not actually available to customers until the 6th of July, okay? We have a new release coming of online exclusives. So this is how online exclusives work, okay? Online exclusives are all about product that is not in a catalog, okay? Now, it doesn't mean you can't order it as you normally do. You can still order it directly through a demonstrator, but if you want to see it, you're going to see it best in the online store. If you don't have the online store, you don't have access to that, speak to your demonstrator and she might be able to get you some further information, but you will not find these items in catalogs. So our next one, we are basically getting 3 times a year we get new catalogs, okay? And then the in-between times, so it's basically every 2 months we have something new, okay? It's either a catalog or it's online exclusive. So we don't have a new catalog coming in July, but we do have these, okay? Yeah, no fighting. Exactly, Donna. I know. We need a boxing ring and a bell or something. Anyway, these online exclusives are what we as demonstrators can order now. So if you're a demonstrator, you can actually get this now. You don't have to wait until the 6th, but we are getting them now so we can start showing them to people if we choose. It also means you can get a head start on your Christmas cards. So that's fantastic because our Christmas catalogue isn't coming out until September. Okay, and that's a little bit late for some people. Some of us like to get started on our Christmas cards earlier. Okay. Exactly. So a lot of people think the only place you can find items is in catalogs, but because of the online exclusives, we now have other items that are available outside of catalogs. So this is what we can get now. It's called the One Horse Open Sleigh Sweet Collection, and I'm about to show it to you. There's also a second one called Timeless Charm, which is stamps and dies, little flower ones with some watercolor kind of background images in there. I haven't got that one yet, but I got everything in this one, the One Horse Open Sleigh. And this is actually the presentation I did for Alison this morning was on these items. So I've got a whole bunch of things I've already played around with these. The stamps and the dies are nice, and the snowflake embellishments are beautiful, but the star of the show is the DSP. It's absolutely stunning. So let me grab all these bits to show you. Okay, here are our snowflakes. They come in copper, gold, and white. Okay, really, really lovely. And I'll show you a couple of examples. So here's a card I made with this horse and sleigh stamp that you can see down here, and I've colored it with my blends, and you can see it's on a beautiful background. That beautiful background is actually one of the pages from the DSP, but I'll come to that in a minute. And I've used some of the gold snowflakes on that one because I thought that was pretty, and I've colored all this with my blends. So it was a nice fun card to make because it's got a bit of coloring, right? And then I've also done some other things. I used, well, let's look at the paper before we get there. So in the die set, we've got some dies that cut out some of the stamps, but we've also got some standalone dies. I love standalone dies because they add on to what you're getting in the stamp set and mean that you've got so much more versatility. It's fantastic. So this, we have like a couple of little hills here. We've got this little swirly shape. We've got a tree, like a winter tree with no leaves. And we've also got like the bottom of the sleigh here as well, which is nice. Okay. This is the star. The paper is divine, you guys. I absolutely love it. Absolutely beautiful. So are you guys being naughty out there? Monique doesn't even know what innocuous means, so I'm not sure about all of that. Well, the nice thing is, Cherie, even if you don't like the snowy scenes, and I've got to say, when else are we going to use snowy scenes around here? There's also beautiful on the back. There's really lovely. Can you see the pattern in the red there? So the color is real red, okay, but we've got true like cool blues like Night of Navy, Misty Moonlight, and Boho Blue, and then we've got some more yellow based blues like Lost Lagoon, Pool Party, that kind of stuff. Absolutely beautiful. So there is so much you can do with scenery type patterns. And do you remember we had the New Horizons paper last year? It was the #1 selling paper that we had in the catalogue last year, and that was all beautiful little like watercolor scenes, that kind of thing. I love these. And I'll show you a couple of projects. Look at this cute little deer. How gorgeous is he? His ears are too big for his body, but he's super, super cute, like Bambi. Yeah? Gorgeous. And then on the backs, you can see some of these different patterns. Easy to make masculine cards with these as well. So you've got your Christmas trees there, not necessarily snow, but really very pretty. Then we've got like lemon lolly and boho blue, those kind of colors. Almost looks like a sunrise or a sunset through the trees there. And on the back, we've got some shaded spruce. You see the pattern of that? Very, very pretty. Yes, that was great scenery paper. This one reminds me of like Hansel and Gretel's house, or, you know, a gingerbread house or something like that. Don't you think that's cute? It's got little fairy lights in the trees, and on the back we've got some mossy meadow kind of geometric pattern there. This one's definitely, I've actually used this one this one here, I made a window out of the countryside corners, and because I love frames around these kind of scenery sets, really easy to do. And I've used that little tree from the dies. I cut it from the more dazzle paper and then added a little sentiment, which is this little joyful here, over to the side, and really let the DSP do all the work in this card. So it's a really easy card. I just added a frame and a few elements, but they're just stunning. Back of that one is kind of like, look at that, kind of a mottled real red. It's very pretty. Then we've got this beautiful little cottage again. It looks like I could go in there and there'd be a fireplace and it would be all cozy and warm. It looks lovely. And once again, pool party and Lost Lagoon, kind of your greeny blues and more real red on the back. It looks like fabric. Can you see how it's like a canvas kind of a pattern? I know, it's stunning. So as demonstrators, we can get it now, okay? Now, if you're thinking, oh, I'd love that, and I don't want to wait for the 6th of July, but I'm not a demonstrator, guess what? We have a joining special on right now, and it only goes until Friday. So if you're thinking you'd like to actually join as a demonstrator and get yourself a fantastic discount, you do not have to do videos. You do not have to do classes. It can be completely just for your own benefit if you wish, or you might decide you want to do classes. Some people do. I mean, I love doing them, but not everybody does. So you really need to just think about, well, what is it that I want to do? And then work out if it's going to fit into your life. So I think being a demonstrator is the most wonderful thing, but I know that we need customers too. It's not for everybody. But if you've ever thought about it and you've got some questions, reach out, send me a message, because I'm very happy to get some information to you. And it actually is a really good deal. It's $169 and you get $283 worth of product of your choice in your kit. That means you're getting $114 worth of product for free. Okay, so it's pretty fantastic. I love the little fox. Isn't he gorgeous? He's playing in the snow. Looks beautiful. Very, very soft. I haven't used this one yet because I haven't decided. I would like it. It would have to be a really soft, gentle card. And on the back, we've got some beautiful wood grain there, which would be a nice contrast. This one I used today. And I'm going to show you one of the cards. It's actually going to be one of the cards in my craft along this week coming up. And I'll have a separate tutorial on how to do that. This one here, this is the paper I used for the background of this set. Can you see that one there? I've got the sleigh in front of that paper. On the back, we've got some more wood grain in a lighter color. We've got some snowy trees here with a rickety old fence. I think it looks like you could probably add a haunted house to that. It looks very Addams Family, don't you think? Or Wednesday. Did anyone watch Wednesday? I made a card with this today, and I'll show that to you in just a moment as well. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Love, love, love. Now, does anybody have the Grove dies? Because if you have the Grove dies, you may really, actually, I'll show you that in a minute, because I don't know whether I've still got that here on the table, but we'll see. Oh, here it is. Found it. Okay, so I just cut the Grove die out of a piece of black, card front size, and you can put this over the top of any scene, and look how beautiful it is. Use this one with the New Horizons paper last year as well. Okay, so you can do this with any of the scenes, and it looks stunning. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is quick and easy card making. You can use your, and I'm just randomly picking out any of these. Look at the little deer. How cute does he look in the middle of the grove there? Love, love, love. I love that. All right. So here's a couple more cards. This one's another frame. Okay, so this one I use the textured shimmer paper that we've got in the annual catalogue. This is on the specialty paper page, and I've used some of the little white snowflakes. I added a deer from the Grove dies, that's also from the Grove, and put in one of the scenes at the back, added some organdy ribbon and a little sentiment, and called that a card. Super, super easy, letting the paper do all the work. And then this one as well, this is with the, did you notice this paper is actually in here? It's, let me see if I can find it. It's like a scene looking down through the trees. Can you see that? And you've got like a little random animal tracking his way through. I don't know. What sort of animal do we think it is? Is it a bear? Is it a fox? Maybe it's the fox that's in the other papers. I know, aren't they gorgeous, Michelle? Right? The grove dye is super useful, Donna. I agree. It's one I'm so glad I've had, and it works really well with these types of scenery kind of things. This one is using the Sending Warmth Your Way, which is one of the stamps from the set. Okay. But I'll give you a quick sneak peek of the card. Let me just quickly grab it, that we're going to be including as part of the, oh, if I've still got it. Maybe I haven't got it after telling you that I do. Oh, no, found it, I think. No, did I? No? Oh, okay. I might not be able to show you that today because it's not where I thought it was. Huh. All right, I'm going to move a couple of things, and if it doesn't appear, then I'll just have, you'll have to come back and check in Craft Along. But Craft Along is on this coming Wednesday. So normally I do it on a Saturday, but because I had a clash of things happening yesterday, found it. Because I had a clash of things happening yesterday, I had to change it. So it's next Wednesday at 2 o'clock. That's the 28th of June, Sydney time. If you're watching from elsewhere, then you can either watch the replay or you're welcome to watch from wherever you might be. Okay. Now, this is one of the projects. This is a pocket card. We're making pocket cards in the Craft Along on Wednesday, and I really hope you guys can all join me. This is going to be one of them, one of the tutorials. And you can see I've used a little deer, okay, and I've used one of the scenes here, and I've got just a white piece that I've added some stamping to. This is a place for me to put my greeting, and here's room here where this little curve is. This is where our pocket is, and you could put a gift card in there, you could put some cash, you could put a tickets for a show, whatever it is you might like to put in your card, that can be added to your pocket. So this is going to be part of Craft Along on Wednesdays. So do you like it? I'm so happy. That's awesome. So this is going to be, we won't be making this one live. The one we're making live, I'm not showing you that yet. That's a little secret. All the pieces have already gone out to those people who ordered last month. If you placed an order in May that was $60 or more, you will get the supplies to make the project this week. It should be landing on in your mailbox tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday at the latest. Okay. I sent them out priority last week, so they should all be there tomorrow, if not Tuesday. So I'm hoping that that everyone, if you don't have them, I've put the measurements on my blog, so you can head. Let me go to put that blog address up for you. Here it is, lhiggins.blogspot.com, and it explains how you take part in Craft Along. There's a link there, but there is also a link in my. I'm just trying to think, on my page here. If you go to lhiggins.blogspot.com, there is a link there, but there's also on my YouTube channel, there's a link there as well. So and I will also put the link to the video into my my Facebook page. In fact, I think it's already there. Some of you may have already seen it. So so there we go. I'm going to click back to the comments otherwise and hide that. Otherwise, you won't be able to see. So I'm not going to do anything with this set today, but I wanted to show you what I've been creating with it, because isn't it lovely? So many nice things. I'm going to be showing you more with this over the next little while, because we have this coming out on the 6th of July, as I said. However, if you are a demonstrator, you can get it now, all right? You don't need to wait. If you aren't a demonstrator but would like to be, and you'd like to get your hands on this straight away, because we always get product usually a month or so, usually before customers. But there are things coming out on the 6th of July that we haven't seen yet either. So we know a couple of them that we've sort of had sneak peeks of a couple. They're on the demonstrator website for anyone who's wondering. But there'll be lots more coming. So I'm very excited. Very excited that we have Christmas stuff coming, and we can start playing with Christmas stuff early. Okay, it cost you money again, Monique. Well, thankfully you get a demonstrator discount. Yes, so that's awesome. All right, guys, I am going to say goodbye for now, because we've just gone over the hour. I hope that everyone is keeping well, that you've not going to be too cold this week. Those of you who are struggling with the cold a little bit like me, let's hope we all keep warm and safe. Hopefully, I'll get to see some of you on Wednesday at 2 o'clock, and we can play with these beautiful projects together. So Everyone have a fantastic week ahead. I'll be back next Friday. Friday is the last day of the DSP special and also of the team special, the special to join Stampin' Up, the joining special. So if you have any questions, make sure you ask them this week, okay? That's okay, Lynn. You can always watch the replay. So don't worry if it, yes, you will be able to watch the replay. So no problems at all. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a fantastic week. All the very best, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.